Hello, YouTube. Hello, hello. Okay, today I'm gonna show you guys how to make the Onslaught boots. The Onslaught Tailwind boots. I've been holding off on making these because they're kind of annoying to make on like Craft of Exile. Like, I have to do them in game, and I don't like having to do them in game because I need to sell them. Or I need to finish the craft, I can't just half-ass it. But I tried recording this on Craft of Exile and it just doesn't work. So, the first and most important step for these boots is you need two pairs of boots. You need one with Redeemer and one with Hunter. I would suggest for the boots that you want to end up with, so in my case the two-tone boots, that you use Redeemer boots. And basically, what we're trying to do with these boots is we want to end up with the elevated Tailwind mod and the elevated Onslaught mod. Now, getting the elevated Onslaught mod is not too bad, I'll show you how to do it. For the elevated Tailwind, I am lazy and I just straight up bought this pair for 18 dev. It might be cheaper to make it without, using Harvest Reforging and stuff, but I didn't feel like taking that gamble. So, what I did is I just bought a brand pair of two-tone boots. I hit them with a Redeemer Exalted Orb to get them to Redeemer. And now what we're gonna do is we're going to spam Reforge Critical. Because when you press Reforge Critical, it's always going to give you this gain Elusive and Crit mode. And we're going to keep clicking this until we get T1 Onslaught. So hopefully this doesn't take too long to get. And once we do get the T1 Onslaught, we do need to clear out the item. Specifically, we need to clear out the suffixes. Because we wanted to only have one suffix, and that one suffix should be the Onslaught mod. And there's a reason we're doing that I'll get to once we get to it. But that's definitely very important for the craft. These boots are quite nice. They're a bit more offensive than damage, but they give you a lot of movement speed. I was looking at like maybe mirroring some boots and things, but running like these boots just gives me 50%, 60% more movement speed. Also, you don't need to do this like on a two-tone base or a fugitive base or anything like that. You can also do it on like Warlock boots for more energy shield. If I had this on Warlock boots, I would gain like over 1,000 energy shield. The reason I'm doing two-toned is because I like to have my res overcapped by more than 60. So that I can like press all alter modes. It's about a 500 waiting to hit the Onslaught, so it does take a few clicks to get to it. We already saw tier 2 Onslaught. But now we need to see tier 1. And there we go, tier 1 Onslaught. So the first thing we need to do with tier 1 Onslaught is we need to null off the suffixes. That's good. And we lost the Onslaught. Unfortunate. You can also try looking on trade for the mods either elevated or even with the boots with like double redeemer already on it. But it's very unlikely to get it on the base you want. That's why like on the other base, like for the Tailwind, because the boots doesn't matter, like you can just buy whatever is on the market. You don't have to think about it. And another thing, you only want there to be two redeemer mods. Because we are going for an elevate, and you don't want to like elevate the wrong mod or something like that. Attempt number 2. One more suffix. Just remove the strength. There we go, okay. That's all we had to do. So now, we can do our first 50-50. We're gonna Orb of Dominance this, and hopefully, we're gonna see Elevated Onslaught. And there we go, Elevated Onslaught. So now what you wanna do, is you wanna do suffixes cannot be changed. And we're gonna scour it, because this is gonna make the item blue. Here is where the second tag comes in. We are going to go to the Menagerie and apply a Hinakora's Lock. And now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your Awakener's Orb, you're gonna click it on the Hunter boots, and you're gonna mouse it over your two-tone boots. And we got tier 7 regen. So what we're doing basically here is we're trying to see what suffix we're gonna get. Because the way Awakening Orb works is it basically combines your two elevated mods. Also important note, you want both your bases to only have one influence mod on it, and it should be the two mods you want. It's gonna combine those two mods on the two-toned, and then give us like a new item. And in this case, the Reforge give us like a shitty suffix that we don't want. So we're gonna clean this out with a Blessed Orb, and then go again. Now, the type of mods you can look for is gonna depend on your build. For my build personally, I want like tier 1 res, but some other good mods that you can go for. Oh, this one doesn't even have like a suffix. But some other good mods that you can go for is like tier 1 spell suppression, which this base can't roll spell suppression, but like Fugitive Boots could, for example. Tier 1 Chaos Dress is obviously very good. You know, tier 1 Attributes is very good. Meow, meow, meow. And another thing you should definitely also consider when doing this is that you can't use Eldritch Currency to clean the item out. So if you do on the Awakener's Orb have 6 prefixes, like 3 prefixes, like here, you will need to 50-50 and all, which is obviously not very ideal. Tier 2 Strength. I think I'm gonna take Tier 2 Strength. That's pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna take Tier 2 Strength. That's pretty good. So what we're gonna do next is we have our suffixes now. We're gonna go to the Minotaur again, and we're gonna Wild Bristle this with prefixes cannot be changed. I mean suffixes cannot be changed. Like that. And then we're gonna go to our Harvest Bench, and we're gonna do Reforge Critical. Now, doing Reforge Critical is going to guarantee give us Elusive crit, but it also has the chance of filling our prefixes, which is a 1 in 12. It did happen in this case. The safer way to do this craft, that you don't have to worry about your prefixes filling, would be to craft on mana, double Exalt, Wild Bristle Matron, suffix is going to be changed, Scour, then again mana, double Exalt, and doing that over and over again. I personally am not that patient, and because of that lack of patience, I am paying the price right now. I should have prefixed the suffix to save this. Okay, add a suffix, remove a prefix. Dude, if this... No, it wouldn't. Poisons you inflict deal damage 11% faster. And we still have Elusive crit. Okay, that's good. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do Meta Mode. To get suffixes gonna be changed on this item. And we're gonna do an Avowed Exalt. Now, this is actually going to be a 2 and 3 Avowed Exalt, because it can hit the Projectile's Pierce, or it can hit the Crafted mod. If it hits Elusive, we unfortunately need to go again. And it hit the most ideal mod, perfect. Perfect. So we're going to craft mana now, just to block. We're going to unveil movement speed. There we go, 30% movement speed. And then lastly, we'll just craft on increased armor and ES. And that's basically how you craft these builds. We got very, very unlucky on the Reforged Critical, which is why it went a bit scuffed. Generally speaking, it's a 1 in 12 to fill your prefixes. So you have to get pretty damn unlucky for that to happen. But if you want it to never happen, what you can do is just craft mana, Exalt, Wild Bristle Matron, clear Scour, mana, Exalt, just do it over and over again. But I hope that was a helpful video. I hope people understand how to make these boots now. And I hope you all have a lovely day further. Goodbye, YouTube. Take care. Bye-bye.